Alright, we're going to make this really quick. So far we have two servers running a DNS role. One for Contoso.com, one for Adatum.com. We are now going to set up a server core with the DNS role and set up secondary zone or forward lookup zones for Contoso and Adatum. So first we have to install the DNS role. We do that by keying in start/w/oc setup DNS server core role. Press enter, and it may take a few moments to complete the command. Once the command is finally completed, go ahead and type in sc config DNS start equals space auto. And go ahead and key in start DNS and hit enter. Now, in order to get server core to point to itself for name resolution, go ahead and type in netsh int for interface IPv4 add DNS server local area connection 192.168.1.103, which is the IP address that we've set for this server core. Press enter. Alright, now we'll go ahead and configure a secondary zone for Contoso.com and Adatum.com. Right after we do that, we'll do a quick force transfer. So type in DNS CMD /zone add Contoso.com /secondary, and then the IP address of the main DNS server for Contoso.com, which in this case is 192.168.1.101. Then to force a zone transfer, type in DNS CMD /zone refresh Contoso.com. Hit enter. This helps to ensure that the zone transfer actually took place. Now go ahead and type in DNS CMD /zone add Adatum.com /secondary and the IP address for the primary DNS server of Adatum.com, which is 192.168.1.102. And pretty much the same as before, type in DNS CMD /zone refresh Adatum.com and press enter. Now one of the last things that we need to do is create a reverse lookup zone. And the way that we do that is type in DNS CMD /zone add the network address, which is 192.168.1, and then we'll put a .in-addr./primary, and that will set up our reverse lookup zone. Now, just to check and make sure that everything is functioning properly and we set everything up correctly, we'll type in a little ns lookup, then the host name of the primary server for Contoso.com, which is work1, then .contoso.com. And as you can see, by typing in that full host name with the ns lookup, it returned the IP address for that server. Let's do it again with the second server, and again it returned the IP address to us. We also set up a few others just for testing, so we'll do one of those here. And another test. Perfect. Now, the reason these ns lookup commands prove that the functionality is actually there is because we are getting this result right here. We are providing a name and getting back an IP address. If we try to search for something that does not exist, then it will fail. As you can see, both of these attempts failed because we don't have a work4 computer and we don't have a pancakes computer. Now, one of the ways we know that the server core is the DNS that's responding to these ns lookup commands is we can type in ipconfig /all, and you can see right here the only DNS server listed is 192.168.1.103, which we know is the IP address of the server core. There's no other computer on this network with that IP address. Alright, now there is a way to actually view the DNS records of the server core, and the way that you do that is you type in ns lookup, nothing else, hit enter, type in a question mark, and you'll be given a list of commands that you can use for the ns lookup. Toward the bottom we have an ls command that we can use to print out the DNS records. So we should be able to type lsd to list all the records for Contoso.com and then send them to a file like called my file. this is what we should be able to do. It's not going to be able to work because the DNS server is refusing to transfer the information. So there's some kind of problem with these zone transfer security settings for the contoso.com DNS, and I will have to take some time to figure out what that is, and once I have it repaired, I can come back and address this issue. Maybe I'll post a link right here on the video. So if I found a solution, there will be a link on this video, and you can just click on that and it'll take you to the video where I walk you through the solution. But we've learned how to set up the DNS role on a server core, learn how to set up secondary zone lookups, and we learned how to prove that our DNS is actually working and responding to the NS lookup requests.